Hey, welcome to Atomic Vomit. We're here to talk about movies. I'm Ethan. This is Darnell, and we got Drew over there at the end. The movie we're talking about today is gonna be Captain America: Brave New World. We just got back from watching it, and this is your spoiler-free review because after this small part, we're talking about it all. What'd you guys think? Yay or nay?
I liked the movie. It was definitely worth a watch. If you get a chance to see it, you should go see it.
Yeah, no, I also think it was worth a watch. I think it was good. I do think there was a lot that could have done better. More attention to some detail in some certain parts. A little tiny bit better with the Hulk CGI.
I think the movie was good. It was not as good as I wanted it to be. If you saw the trailer, you saw the movie. They could have done a lot more. And that's it. Now we can actually do like more in-depth talking about this movie. What?
I haven't seen the trailer.
That's true too.
I didn't see the trailer, so
you
I
got
loved
to,
it. I
yeah.
loved it. I haven't seen the
No,
trailer.
if it-
You got to enjoy
The
movie
entire
from a
time I
different
was
perspective.
watching the movie, I literally thought, like, this would have been better if I hadn't seen the trailer. Like, I would have loved this. This was a perfect way for everything to go and sequences of events if I hadn't already known about Red Hulk.
If you didn't know about Red Hulk, the Animanium, those are the kind of the two big things that could have like been more hushed on because they bring him to the theater for Red Hulk, right? But that's the end of the movie.
Was it animating or vibrating? I thought they were saying
Animanium.
vibrating.
It's better than Vibranium.
Yeah, they were saying it was better, which is that a first? Because I think it was.
No, I've always been under the belief that it's been better.
I was always under the belief that they were on par with each other.
There are different like elements that get introduced into the comics, like different types of like Animaniums and Vibraniums, but that's a whole deep dive for something else.
But fair enough.
But no, Animanium is new to the MCU technically, but it is stronger than Vibranium
I mean, it's technically not new.
because of Wolverine being in it already now.
Yeah.
He's
Technically,
got a point.
it's the first time that Earth 616 MCU verbally said Animanium, as far as I know.
Animanium? Was it like the
Animanium?
Animaniacs?
Look, there was one part in the movie that I was like, what's going on here right now? There is a lot of like, huh? And that was when President Ross now and Sam were in like the recovery room after he just got like attempted.
Assassination attempt.
Yeah. It made sense. President Ross being all like, you're too close to the case. It will publicly look bad if you're on it, right? But at the same time, it was weird, like,
The tone.
cutting each other off. You're off. You're done. Get out of here. Like, what? That part just did not. It was weird. It was weird.
Yeah.
Didn't President Ross invite him in the first place?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was weird.
It felt
He
really,
can be in here. And then all of a sudden he's all like, you're done.
It
You're
felt really
over.
forced, yeah.
Yeah.
It felt hella forced at the end.
Yeah. There was a lot of like, dude, that movie jumped from a lot of different areas. We were all over the globe. Once again, the Red Hulk scene was at the very end, which I wanted more Red Hulk. I needed it.
I did. I'm a big Hulk fan.
I did enjoy Red Hulk, and I did want more of him. Although I did enjoy what they did with him and the attention to detail, especially with the like clothes burning off as he
Yes.
heated up and things like that.
Don't get me wrong, the
It was-
movie looked phenomenal. The movie was there was a lot of scenes where Sam was like doing some cool shit with like missiles and the jets, right? And then during like the going towards the Celestial, and that was some cool like aerial like visual effects. That shit was cool. I really enjoyed that. And I'm also glad they finally are addressing the Celestial in the room. Like,
Oh my
finally,
God.
Yes.
we're doing something with that. It's just been in the background doing nothing. No one's really cared to talk about it.
After how many years?
Mhm.
Like,
When did that come out? The
Internals.
Celestial? Yeah, when did that
when
come
did
out?
Eternals come out? It's been this many years.
I'm glad they're doing something with that finally, which that's a lot of Celestial to go around.
So after 4 years, we finally talked about the Celestial in the room as Ethan stuffs his face.
Vanilla has a cookie too.
Yeah, but my mouth's not full.
You gonna hang on to the cookie for an entire video?
Stuffing. Although I love that they got the guy from Holes. Can we talk about that for a second? The guy from Holes was the villain.
I was trying to place him and I couldn't figure it
Oh,
out.
really? That was it?
Yeah, that was it. I've been trying to place him this whole time.
Yeah, so he was, I believe, in the Incredible Hulk movie, like with Edward Norton.
I don't even remember. I need to go back and watch those.
I don't remember any.
But probably so.
I remember those.
I really wish we had had more Sidewinder. They hyped Giancarlo Esposito. I
wouldn't
really
remember that.
I love him. I'm a huge fan
Mhm.
ever since Breaking Bad and everything else he's been in. He was even in one of the Far Cry games as a villain. Like
Far
super
Cry
cool.
5.
Yeah, exactly. That was super cool. I love him being in things. I wish we'd gotten more Sidewinder. Even if we never got more Red Hulk, I really wish we had gotten more of him than just like a couple quick fights and then he was captured. Although that does speak to the skill of Anthony Mackie's Captain America.
Yeah.
Like catching him so quick, but like I just I would have loved more of the character.
You know what? I feel like there were a lot of fight scenes without the shield.
Yeah.
But that was one of the big things for Cap when he was going through his whole learning thing was he has to be more than the shield
That's true.
and more than the serum. But Anthony Mackie's Sam, in this case, the character Sam, didn't have that to like struggle with because he didn't have the serum.
But he does have government funding.
I mean, I don't know where you're getting at because it seems to go in and out when whether he has government funding or
Dude,
not.
the military's working with him. He's got the
Something.
They're clearly working with him. Like whether it's sometimes or not, it's happening. He's getting tech from somewhere. Someone's supplying it now,
I mean,
and it's
on
not
that,
just Wakanda.
but it is partly Wakanda
Yeah.
because look at those wings. His
Yes.
old wings didn't have the,
They brought
the
that
Black
up. That
Panther.
he has the vibrating wings.
Mm-hmm.
They were with vibranium. His original wings were vibranium.
I don't know about that.
I don't think so.
They were.
I think they were just plain metal.
No, they were actually vibranium. His wings weren't always, but as far as in the MCU and what was shown, they were.
Okay.
Like before he was in the MCU, he had a stint where he didn't have. Like they could probably do some kind of prequel series about it. To be honest,
Because I know he had his military grade wings for sure.
right, but they
fact,
ever since
not.
we have seen him in the films, according to what I just read, it has always been vibranium. So everything that we've seen in the films was always vibranium wings. But the upgrade I'm talking about was the being able to like bounce the kinetic energy back. That was the big thing that he
Yes,
got.
that
That
was
technology was solely Wakanda's.
Mm-hmm.
So he had to get that from them.
But he had a whole lot of tech. He's just a full bat suit away from being Batman.
I mean, honestly, yeah.
I mean, honestly, no, he's closer to being Iron Man now.
He's
like,
a combination of Captain America, Falcon, and Iron Man all rolled into one right now.
He's
Super
got-
slushy.
He's doing a
Super
lot.
Smash.
He's doing a lot. But it's cool. Like, it's about like, just being a guy who doesn't need superpowers. I can roll with that. It's not like because Tony Stark's kind of like a superhero, like because he has that super intellect, right? I don't know if they're ever going to that in the movies, but like that was a planned project, so that kind of makes him a superhuman.
He was a genius. I don't know if they say superhuman though.
Genius playboy philanthropist.
That's what he said.
A lot of different ways they do the origin of Tony Stark is normally like he was already planned to be like this great bringer of technology to Earth. So whether it's predestined or he only went back and messed with genetics and his family's line, it's some way that he is kind of like how Spider-Man is destined to be like the spider totem and carrying it. Iron Man is destined to be like the next like big tech bringer of the world. Versus I feel like with Sam, he's just a dude.
He's got to be a dude with all that tech because he doesn't have the serum.
And he didn't build it.
But like
True.
Steve Rogers, before he got the serum was also just a dude,
Yeah, before he got the serum,
and he was also
He was
trying to just join
also
the military.
losing a lot.
Yeah, he was losing a lot, but he was he was trying to join the military, and he was trying to fight regardless.
Sam can definitely do a lot more without Sam. Steve Rogers could.
honestly, if they decided to go the route of giving him the serum, it'd be interesting to see how much more he could do. But I
That's
almost
something
wouldn't
else,
want to see
too.
that.
Is
I wouldn't want to see that either.
we gotta look at what is up with Steve Rogers' super serum versus everyone else's super serum. Because little guy goes huge, everyone else stays same size.
I want to say it depends
Like
on
a peak human condition that the body can hit, maybe.
They've already gone into that a little bit. But.
They said that it enhances you. So Steve Rogers was picked mostly for his heart because he had a good heart. So when it enhanced him, they didn't have to touch his heart; it had to touch everything else about him. I think that's my point of view, at least.
I'm going to
Everybody
go a
else
little bit more in a
just went
sciencey
crazy.
about it here on you.
Yeah, go for it.
There were a lot of different versions of the serum.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those versions of the serum had different bundles of creatures' DNA involved. So the serum that he got was probably engineered to beef him up a little bit because he was scrawny as shit. But the other ones maybe didn't need that as much.
And that's why I brought up like the super soldier serum thing going on. Like everyone's got like different concoctions going on, and like clearly the one Steve Rogers got took him from little guy to massive guy, right?
That's what everybody's chasing after.
But no one apparently has gotten that, except we don't know what Red Guardian looked like before the super soldier serum. So maybe he also got super big. But like Bucky's super soldier serum,
maybe.
but Bucky's, he's the same size. What was that? The other guy, the Forgotten Captain America, Isaiah. But he's also getting old. So that's
He's
hard,
also
it's
old.
hard to pinpoint.
They were also physically well trained and fit before they got the serum. Eat your vegetables, kids.
I think that was kind of interesting how it was all to incite a war just to get back at him, but they included other countries and they're trying to build this bigger. So I wonder if that's going to bring in more foreign superheroes and stuff.
They were inciting a war was to get the president himself riled up.
No, I know, but I mean, the overall plot and having to jump so many places, they could have had the whole war thing happen and being and trying to incite a war without even having actors for the other countries. You know what I mean?
True.
But they're bringing people in and having actors represent these roles and specific characters. I wonder if they're going to start using them to bring in more foreign.
I can see it. Henry Cavill was already cast to be Captain Britain.
But
That could also just be a rumor. But
Yeah.
you're onto something with more world powers coming involved, because I think that's also going to lead to the incursion events going on.
Yeah, that's true too.
Which was mentioned in this film. That's honestly one of the few things you could get from this film, is that it hints at bringing a new team of Avengers, and it also hints at incursions still happening. Because Mind Guy was talking about how he can see it happening in all his predictions and calculations that the incursions are going to start happening.
Which is why I think he was actually trying so hard to incite a war. Because if that peace treaty went through, then there wasn't going to be any conflict between them, and then they were going to continue in an era that would collide with another that was more violent.
There would
Which
be
might be
technological advancements.
which might be leading up to the whole Doom thing we're getting with the Captain Hydra and all that stuff that's being leaked, potentially.
No war, no advancements. No
Well-
advancements, we lose, we're done.
We were already heading into the incursions because of Multiverse of Madness with Doctor Strange, right? So we don't know how that movie ended with him jumping away in another portal, but incursions are happening, and also because there's so many timelines happening now that I think they're going to follow the comics where the timelines start strangling one another, so worlds are just going to start colliding into one another, and they're going to cause them not to fight one another. So we will need World Force heroes like Captain Britain, maybe Silver Samurai. Actually, maybe not Silver Samurai because he's more X-Men. What's his name? Is it Rising Sun?
they're
I think
definitely
they have
good.
someone called Rising Sun who's all like Johnny Storm. We can even see Alpha Flight, which is the Canadian Avengers. So when the incursions start happening, that's when we can start seeing different superheroes from across the globe coming together to fight other global superheroes.
Yeah, I honestly think that's going to be the case, and not to mention the whole Avengers East, Avengers West, like all that stuff. Like, you know, there's a lot to unpack, and there's a lot that they could be doing with it. But I really do think that they're going to probably start going in towards the incursion stuff and with all that, especially with the next Doctor Strange movie being titled supposedly "Time Runs Out."
The Red Room lady.
Oh yeah, she was really off-putting.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure how I feel about her.
I don't know either.
She was... I like that she was small and she was kicking ass like that. Because you don't really see that personality-wise. She seemed a little...
I mean, I agree at first. It was really off-putting and standoffish, but she, looking at it from her perspective, she didn't really know whose side to be on yet. Either, you know? You think about that, but then when it got to the point where she was at the prison and, you know, that guard was being brainwashed and triggered and shot the prisoners, you notice she didn't just shoot. She knew something else was going on. She knew that if she shot him, like, she was going to find out anything else. Like, there was a part of her that wanted to be better than the Red Room, and I kind of liked that about her towards the end.
I get she didn't want to blindly follow orders because that's what she's been doing with the Red Room. She had to blindly follow orders. She could really control that. So the fact that she started asking questions and actually figured out which side was the right side to be on near the end was a good.
Yeah, it really shows a lot of growth since Red Room times.
Yeah, that's true. That character definitely won me over at the end because one, I don't trust any Red Room agent. You know, you don't know if they're still like a sleeper agent anymore, especially in the Marvel universe. Like anyone could be a Hydra agent. Anyone could apparently just be brainwashed from looking at a phone. I am curious of the introduction of the Red Hulk, just because is he gonna play a role in other Hulk movies? Why even introduce him if you're only gonna put him in the very last part of the movie? You know what I mean? Like, is he gonna do more? Are we gonna get more? Because we do have another Hulk movie coming, like, down the pipe. So
World War Hulk.
Henry Cavill has been cast as Wolverine in that movie.
There's a rumor that they're replacing
Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
I do remember them talking about him leaving, but I could have sworn he came back.
I have no idea. I know that Mark Ruffalo has been working on other projects. He's a great actor. He needs to recognize that he is also famous. But
everybody else has gotten one movie?
Yeah. I think it was just leading up to a new Avengers team happening and incursions. There wasn't really much happening other than just a few fight scenes here and there. No one really knew it was introduced.
Yeah.
Right?
But I do find it interesting that the only thing they introduced was for the future was the concept of an incursion coming.
Yeah. That's it.
And I'm not even sold. I'm not even sold that he was alluding to an incursion at the post credits scene. To be honest,
right?
As far as I can tell, he was just alluding to aliens, like the Skrulls. We still haven't seen the full-on war with the Skrulls yet.
No, you don't want that.
I don't.
Skrulls are
want
bad.
it. I actually
the Skrull
don't.
show was bad too.
I didn't like Secret Invasion, but that I'm not trying to review Secret Invasion here. But like, I didn't like that aspect of it. I didn't like where they were going with that at all. I couldn't finish watching it.
With Robert Downey Jr. playing the role as a Doom character now, I really do think we're heading into incursions and going to Secret Wars.
And especially with the Doctor Strange time runs out.
With a battle world.
Yeah.
A lot of different realities found different ways to save themselves. A lot of them tried Infinity Stones. A lot of them tried saving other planets and just destroying one planet. A lot of them, like... there was a group, Namor, with Thanos and all of them. They were blowing up planets instead of just like trying to find peace. And so was the Maker, which was this evil Reed Richards. Which we could see that happen too with the new Fantastic Four movie coming out. Because right now it looks all happy-go-lucky. That doesn't mean you can't have a dark twist where like Tony loses everything, he jumps worlds, and finds out, I don't know. Maybe he finds out the only way to stop Galactus from eating their world is by just pointing him at another world.
Honestly, I think that would be amazing if they did a whole Fantastic Four. Everybody's worried about it being good, right? Everybody's so worried about it being good. What if everybody doesn't realize that it's about the makings of a villain?
Yeah, I can see that.
Like it's a
This
just
is
like
supposed
one
to
of
be
the
Fantastic
first
Four review,
villain
but like,
I know, right? But like,
Yeah.
what if, you know?
It'd
And
be
it's not
cool.
supposed to be a what if review either.
yeah. I can see it happening where it's like an evil origin story for Reed Richards instead, because we keep seeing him as a good guy. This could be the chance for you to actually see the maker happen instead.
Yeah.
Like, we'll see. Because with it being classic Reed Richards, I'd like him just to stay classic Reed Richards.
Yeah, I don't know. But if he does a timeline jump like at all, it's got to be the maker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so Bucky is becoming a politician.
Oh my god, I hate that. Like Senator Barnes.
Yeah. Doesn't make any sense to me. He's not that type.
We'll see. Let's see what happens with Thunderbolts, because I think when that comes out, he's like, oh, I gotta stop running for my save the world. He gets caught fighting Sentry, stopping him, so that just boosts his like runnings.
Maybe he becomes president after that, because I mean, there's obviously a vacancy.
Once again, I don't know if I trust
President Barnes.
Hydra agent.
Ex-Hydra President Barnes is the president.
That's wild.
Oh, wow.
Like, I like Bucky. He's a very cool character, but someone brainwashed that many times should not be in presidency.
Yeah.
His brainwashings have brainwash.
Yeah,
Like, which personality are we gonna get today?
because we just saw in this movie, simple phone strobes can like make you a sleeper agent apparently.
Yeah.
So what's to stop from re-waking his hardcore wiring of being a sleeper agent? Like
Political press away.
it would take one flash on his cell phone to fully activate Winter Soldier.
When Winter Soldier fully activated again, people would not see it coming. So I don't know. I think that's their way of trying to downplay Bucky in there, but like I just don't. I think they could have had him doing something else. You know?
I would have taken hunting or something.
Yeah, just taking it easy. You know?
Well,
Relax.
maybe there's a reason he's not being like super active, and they had to see like they showed that he was running for Congress, so that way you see more sideline and not like why isn't he helping? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with that. I just think they could have come up with a better reason for that than I'm suddenly running for senator.
Maybe Thunderbolts will open more on that.
I really hope it will.
So Captain America: Brave New World, it was not bad. It was a good Falcon movie. I know it's Captain America, but like those wings are all over the place, and they rightfully so. Like that's what happens in the comics too. So like it's cool. It was a good movie. I needed more awesome like Red Hulk fights though. Like the whole jet scene was super badass, but it wasn't a fight scene.
Right.
It's typically how a dogfight goes, though.
And that's cool, but
Yeah,
I just wanted more.
and the whole thing with the new Falcon, him, like that whole thing too. With it was okay. Like it's cool. Yeah, introduce him from the current comics that are going on. But like, I like that it gave a little bit of a buddy cop thing without Bucky stealing the show.
Yeah.
too. But
I'm glad Bucky made a cameo. We did need another character though, besides just Sam. He needed a sidekick, so I'm glad he got his own Falcon.
I did like the choices and characters and the dynamic. But yeah, overall, I do think it was a good movie. I do think it was a good watch, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do next.
Yeah, I am too. I want to see what Avengers team he assembles, because that's gonna have to go somewhere.
Oh yeah, I forget he was going to do that too. He started getting to that
Yeah.
point. That means we're probably going to get like, Spider-Man might get back in the Avengers at some point. Like, who knows?
Maybe. I'm not too familiar with who's on the new Avengers right now. I gotta catch up.
You know, that's a good point. I mean, are they going to stay comic book accurate?
They're
at that
gonna
point?
They're definitely gonna use characters that have already been introduced in the MCU. and
Oh, I
probably
mean,
a few
absolutely,
add-ins.
and they're going to add in their for the new comics that they're to sell the comics too, obviously. But you know, I'm excited. Some good stuff could come out of it. We're going to get a lot of bad, just like everything else, because they shoot stuff at the wall and see what sticks. But
We'll see.
yeah,
Sounds like showbiz.
Well, all right. That's Atomic Vomit. Like and subscribe. We're gonna have more content coming down the road, and it'll only get better from here. Thanks for watching.
bye.
Zee-bop-a-boo-da-ba.
That's all, folks.